So today I'm going to show you my top 6 drone accessories that I typically carry with me all the time or just about use in every flight. Stick around. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So there's tons of different drone accessories out there, and honestly, if you're new to the drone world, finding out which ones are essential can be pretty much clear as mud. And so today I wanted to create this video, compile a list of the top 6 ones that I typically use either every flight or at least carry with me in case I need them to make things a little bit more streamlined for you guys. And so some of these you may think are, well, that's pretty obvious, but you would actually be surprised. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right in. Now, first and foremost is a safe way to carry your drone, whether it's a sleeve, a bag, a hard shell, things like that, because if you end up breaking your drone, well, the rest of the accessories that we're gonna mention in today's video and beyond don't matter because your drone is, well, broken. So I end up rocking the Peter McKinnon Nomad bag. You certainly don't need a bag of this caliber, just as long as you have a safe way to carry it. Harbor Freight makes some really nice hard cases. In fact, I carry the DJI FPV drone in a hard case that's got some wheels and a nice handle on it, and they make some really nice, like, weatherproof, shockproof, like all of these sandproof, whatever, Apache cases for a pretty good price that you can end up storing your drone safely in. Now, on the same line as safety is going to be a landing pad. Not always are you going to have a clear place to launch or land your drone, especially if you have a small one like the Mini 2 where the legs aren't very tall. You don't want to get any sand or dirt or anything like that caught in the cooling fans of your drone or caught in the motors of your drone, because obviously the last thing that you want is one of those to fail and it come tumbling out of the sky. So I end up carrying around a collapsible pad. It's really easy to set up. You've got 3 spikes that you can nail into the ground, so it's nice and secure. And again, it makes a very nice clear landing and launch pad. They don't take up a ton of space in your bag. They're really easy to fold and store, and they're extremely lightweight. You can usually pick some of these up for like 20 bucks on Amazon. Again, links will be down below. Now, of course, you can be picky and choosy. As you get more flight experience, you can end up launching and landing in your hand. You still want to be careful with that, because the last thing you want on that is to end up like slicing your hand open with a propeller. So having a helipad on hand is a really nice way to have a nice, safe landing and launch section. Now, this next one might be a little bit obvious, but having multiple batteries is really nice to have. If you're new to the drone world, rarely is one battery going to be enough in order to get the shots that you're looking for and maybe gain a bit more experience under your belt. So having multiple batteries is really nice to have. Typically with DJI, you can buy their Fly More combo, which gives you 3 batteries in total. And honestly, with the way batteries are going nowadays, you can get anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes worth of flight time per battery, which essentially gives you right around an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how conservative you're going to be. Now, kind of a sub accessory to this is having a way to charge them on the go. Either having like a power inverter or even having a car charger are really nice accessories to have, just because while you're driving maybe from one destination to the other, you can charge your batteries on the go. Now, right alongside extra batteries, you're going to want to bring extra memory cards, because you don't know if you're going to end up having a memory card that may become corrupt. It may be failing to work. You may need to format it in a different format. You may end up losing it or forgetting it in your memory card reader. If you're like me, I tend to forget my memory cards in the reader here at my home studio when I'm offloading a bunch of footage. So having extra memory cards just ensures that you're going to have the space required in order to get the shots that you're looking for. Now, the good news is the drones like the Mavic Air 2S, they have like 8 gigs of memory built in, which is not a lot. But if you end up forgetting a memory card, you're not completely at a loss, because you have some internal storage that you can then record to and then quickly offload to a laptop or something with a USB-C type cable and get that off there and clear that out so you have a little bit of space. But always bring extra memory cards, because you'll never know when you're going to need them. Now, to me, the most essential accessory when it comes to drone flying is going to be ND filters. These are like sunglasses for your lens, and if you're shooting in bright sunlight, remember, you want your shutter speed to be double what your frame rate is. So if you're recording at like 30 frames per second, you want your shutter speed to be 1/160th in order to get that most natural motion blur, as well as make your footage look a little bit more cinematic. This is where ND filters come in. It's really nice to have like a 6 or an 8 pack of those filters. If you're shooting in bright sunlight most of the time, you're going to want to get an ND filter kit that has like ND 16s to like 64s, 128s in order to bring that shutter speed down where you're looking at. Quick bonus on top of that is if you can find a kit that's got polarizers, so it's like NDPL, it combines an ND filter with a polarizing filter, allowing your footage to have the colors pop a little bit more. And if you've ever used sunglasses that have a polarizer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the most essential accessory when it comes to really any like video recording is going to be having ND filters on hand. The last and also still a very important accessory to have is a lens cloth. You never know when you're going to get smudges, if anything's going to be touching the lens, if you're removing those ND filters or those polarizing filters, you may end up getting smudges on the lens, and the last thing you want is to have dirty footage because you forgot to wipe the lens down. So carrying a few different lens cloths with you, if you have space in your bag, or the ability to carry maybe some cleaner with you as well, that it's not going to spill everywhere. Carrying the cloth and the cleaner is essential, probably even more so now that I think about it, than actually the ND filters, because you're always going to need a way to clean off your lens, and you don't want to use just anything because you don't want to end up scratching your stuff. And just a quick bonus tip, so number 7, this one it necessarily isn't tangible, but it's some type of drone insurance. I know DJI offers a lot of insurance called their DJI Fly. Now this doesn't carry or cover everything, because if you end up doing like flights that are outside the drone's parameters, they're not going to cover that. You can't be flying this thing in like 100-mile-an-hour winds, so they're not going to cover that. But having drone insurance is a nice way to have a peace of mind in case something fails on it. Maybe you end up crashing it into the water, maybe it ends up flying away. Those things are covered all under the DJI Care. Now just remember, if you do get that type of drone insurance, it does have to be either purchased with the drone, or it has to be activated on a newly activated drone within the first 48 hours of activation. So keep that in mind. And then you have about 2 replacements in a given year with a set replacement cost. It's not a free replacement, it's a set replacement cost that you can use to replace a drone. I've actually used it on the FPV drone when I crashed it like 24 hours after I got it. I ended up crashing it because I thought I was a cool pilot, and I thought I could handle the full manual control, and turns out I could not. So, but have some type of insurance to give you a little bit more peace of mind. So there you have it. There is the top 6, I guess 7 if you include the bonus, of the top accessories that I typically use on every single flight, or at least carry them with me. Links for all of that stuff is going to be down below. The drones that I use, the ND filters that I use, the helipad the landing pad that I use, all of that stuff is going to be down in the description. While you're down there, let me know what you guys think about this list. Let me know what other essential items or other essential accessories that you tend to use when you're flying. Leave those down in the comments as well. And of course, while you're down there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Peace. Happy flying.